All right, y'all. What's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another post fight discussion video. All right, y'all. Let's talk about it. Casey O'Neill versus Luana Santos. All right. First off, I got to say, man, I was really shocked at like the odds in this one, man. I mean, Luana Santos, I mean, she was considered the favorite. I believe Casey O'Neill was like a plus 120 underdog. When I posted up, my poll on my page, 80% was going for Luana Santos and only 20 for Casey O'Neill. 80-20 fight. I mean, we're talking about an unranked fighter versus somebody that is ranked. I know Casey O'Neill was on a 2-fight losing streak, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? Like, dang, like, y'all really don't think that highly of Casey O'Neill. Look, I know I'm critical on Casey O'Neill, but even going into this fight, I felt like Casey O'Neill had the had the advantage when it came down to just like tools, even experience. I said, you know what, I got to go with Casey O'Neill. I know Luana Santos is looking good on the level that she's on. She's packing this power. She finished a couple of fighters, but those fighters are different than Casey O'Neill. Like I gotta say, Casey O'Neill has a good chin, and her volume can be it can be a problem for some people. It is a problem for some fighters. And if you don't really have like a high striking IQ, which Santos doesn't have, I feel like okay, Casey O'Neill's offense will be some problems here. Now, the downfall would be Casey O'Neill, her recklessness if Luana Santos lands her right hand. But going into this fight, it looked like Casey O'Neill had kind of worked on fighting more at the mid range and being a little bit more patient. That's how the fight started off. I thought Casey O'Neill, she did a good job of just putting that effective pressure on Luana Santos, backing her up. She wasn't really like running head first in, behind these like marching punches. She was just keeping her range, throwing out a few leg kicks, throwing good straight 1-2s down the pipe, that were keeping Luana Santos off balance. Luana Santos was trying to line up that overhand right a few times. I believe she did land a few right hands, but Casey O'Neill was doing a good job of backing her up, so she couldn't really get like full, power off. Santos could get full power off on those shots. So Casey O'Neill just did a good job of backing her opponent up here and landing these good left hands like this you see here, and some good straight right hands. And it caused Luana Santos to want to clinch in the first round. She wanted to clinch more and try to fight off the cage. I thought Casey did a good job of just letting Luana Santos gas herself out, kind of wind herself in the first round. I could see Casey O'Neill's like footwork. I went back and looked. I said, okay, I see what she's doing. I thought Casey was just getting pressed because Santos was stronger, but with her back to the cage, I think she was just really letting Santos gas herself out here while she just was defensive minded on the cage and just letting her wear herself down. So I gave Casey O'Neill the first round. I thought she did a good job of just landing the better shots. Going into the second round, this is where Casey O'Neill kind of turned it up. She started landing some harder shots, and Luana Santos stayed on the back foot here. Whenever she couldn't get that overhand right in, Casey O'Neill, her Casey O'Neill's timing was on point here. Casey O'Neill started timing the overhand right. She started taking her head off the line and then landing her own right hand and left hook. Doing a good job of just cracking Luana Santos, keep it on the back foot. You can see Luana Santos started wearing that damage, started breathing a little bit heavy, tried to go back in that clinch, but Casey did a good job of reversing, going back to just landing in volume, landing in combinations in the second round. The third round, I thought Casey O'Neill looked like she wanted to turn it up and go for a finish here. She almost made a mistake, but Luana Santos got that head toss throw on her, but Casey's pretty good on the ground. Casey's good on the ground, and she was able to slide out of that and do what a lot of grapplers do whenever these judokas get a little reckless with those head throws. She was able to slide out and get the back. And after Casey O'Neill controlled a little bit of the first round on the feet, goes to the ground, she's able to get the back of Santos and almost lock it in. She's almost able to lock in that rear naked. I thought Santos did a good job of, being squirmish, but Casey O'Neill, she stayed tight. She couldn't really get the triangle fully around her, but she was landing some hard shots from behind, trying to get that crank in all the way to the end of the round. But Luana Santos survived. So, yeah, I had a 30-27 for Casey O'Neill. I saw some improvements here. Again, I know it's against the level of opponent that she's in there with, but still, got to give her some credit for that. I thought she threw more straight, threw the straighter punches, the straighter strikes here. Fought a little bit more patient than usual, and just controlled that pressure from a mid range, and just stayed on Luana Santos. Fought at a good pace, didn't really get gas out. Well, Casey O'Neill's not really known to gas out like that. She does have pretty good cardio. I'll give her that. So yeah, moving forward, Casey O'Neill, I believe that she said at the press conference, after the fight, that she wanted to target a top 15. Whoever's open at this point, she wants to fight that person in the top 15. So let's look at the top 15 here real quick before I answer whether she stands a chance. Let's see. Casey O'Neill is number 15 right now. So let's see who else is open. Jasmine's not open. Lipsky, she's already fought. Tracy Cortez is open. That's a possibility. Karine Silva's open. That's a possibility if she wants it, but I don't think she can win that fight. Ebos, as y'all know, she's fighting Mackenzie Dern again at 115. There's the number 9, Viviana Rujo, who she was supposed to fight at one point. That fight got canceled. So those are pretty much the only fights that I could see her in there with, even though I don't really think she has a good chance against Karine Silva or Tracy Cortez. Those would be the more reasonable fights if she wanted the top 15. Going up from 7 up, I think that's just too high for Casey O'Neill right now. Caitlin Chikagan, I still think she would be able to beat Casey O'Neill. So where she stands at right now and age-wise, I don't think she really needs to rush. I know some people felt like maybe she could fight another unranked fight. I think that's possible. Shoot JJ Aldridge, Montana De La Rosa. Those are good names for her to, kind of get sharp with again. But if she wanted a top 15, oh yeah, and another unranked fighter that would be good for her would be Miranda Maverick, because Miranda's no longer ranked here. So it could be JJ Aldridge, Montana De La Rosa, or Miranda Maverick. She wants to come back and fight somebody in the top 15. I don't see her beating anybody, but somebody like Miranda Maverick, that's a good test. Miranda's kind of in and out the top 15. So to me, that's a good test for her. And Miranda's always trying to stay busy. So yeah, that's more doable. I'd say Miranda Maverick. That'd be the fight I want to see. If it was somebody in the top 15, if I had to pick in the top 15 right now, I'd probably have to go with Tracy Cortez at 12. Yeah, Tracy Cortez would be the only one I could say she would not even have a chance again, but she really wouldn't have to worry about danger. Let's put it that way. Because number 11, Karine Silva, I don't see her beating her. No. So yeah, I'd say Miranda Maverick. As for Luana Santos, this is her first loss in the UFC. Maybe she could fight one of those other opponents, out of that pool from Montana, Teresa Bleda, JJ Aldridge, maybe Teresa Bleda. Teresa Bleda comes off that injury. That'd be a good fight for her, because Luana Santos still has some work that needs to be done as well. Like, I didn't really see Luana Santos being a problem, even if she did beat Casey O'Neill, because I just see too many holes in her game. So she just needs another unranked opponent that's going to give her a test as well, a skilled one. So yeah, guys, that's all I got on this one. Let me know what y'all thought of the fight. I saw some improvements here in Casey O'Neill, but moving forward, I still think the top 15s are going to be a whole different thing for her. What do y'all think, guys? Hit that like button and subscribe. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Peace.